one.
Yeah. That is the big hope for us casters out here. Game 5, overtimes, you know, the whole kickoff strategy, demo plays, everything. So that's all you can ask for.
I will say that I do know some of the players on here. I want to give a shout out to one especially, EO4 MCC. I've seen him playing quite a few different things, and he's been making waves every single time. So if that can continue, I would absolutely love to see it. And I don't know if you've got anyone in mind, but that's who I'm going to keep my eye on for this whole series.
Perfect. Yeah, sorry, they are having trouble with my stream really quick, so I'm just gonna check in on that real quick, and then... Well, at least I know we sound good. Thank you. Sorry for the echo, everybody. I apologize. Perfect. All right. Sorry about that. We had a few people having a little complication seeing the live stream, but we are all good now, I am hoping. So yeah, I told them get on the field so we can get their games started.
Well, off we pop into game number 1 then. As always, that first goal is ever so important. We're going to see how we go. That's a decent kickoff there from the Godalions side, but it's Blackyte in possession at the minute. Looks for a quick shot at the goal as Hammer Saints there to follow. Tries to find the first goal, just missed. Leon follows up, can't quite though as Tomby, no boost, tries to clear it. Gets over to Wavy up, but no one quite to follow. Dynasty quick, but Leon is there to meet him. Leon wide, and there's not been too much threat in this opening 30 seconds. Both teams are just still finding their footing at the moment, but Tomby with another clear. It does count as a save, although once again, there's not too much threat on the goal. So whoever's got that first clever idea, I think, can find the opener and could put the team under pressure. It could be EO4, but not quite, and Hammer's up. No boost to follow it. But this opening 45 seconds, there's not been too much going on. It's just a little bit of endless so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a good thing. I mean, nobody's kind of taken over for game number 1. It's a pretty good volley. We get to kind of warm up the teams to each other a little bit, see what they're made of. I actually really like when game 1s are like this, because it really keeps us on our toes, where it's like, it's anyone's game still, you know? It's not the typical, like, we'll take game 1 and then that's all of our... you know, performance basically. But we do have another shot followed up by EO4. That one's gonna go in. Great read by him.
It's a lovely touch on 0 boost as well. And then albeit it was open, but he did manage to find it in the end. That's the most important thing. And just over a minute into this, it is Blackyte with the first lead and looks to get possession off that next kickoff as well. Leon with a hit upfield, immediately met by Wavy. He looks at 50 there, does get beat by Hammer Saints there, but Tomby there to clear it out. Just doesn't really want it in their half of the field to begin with. They're already a goal down. I mean, you don't really want to start the series going 2 goals down pretty much in the first half. But Tomby definitely doesn't want to let that happen. Goes straight to Dynasty there, who tries to find mid. Finds EO4 instead, who does get a clear in the end. Hammer Saints there to meet the second ball. Tries to find a teammate mid, but at the same time, there's no one really there. So he's just being a bit chaotic, looking for bumps, and Leon taps in goal number 2.
Wow, what a play here. Hammer's swiping it. A nice little bump, and Lion finishing the play. Giving a 2-goal lead to Team Blackyte here, pushing us to kickoff number 3 as it's stalled at mid. In comes Lion, taking his time, getting one last touch before Wavy steals the ball from him, goes for the air dribble. It is a shot, saved away. Back to the corner, Tomby with the touch over to EO4. Dynasty with a great turnaround back over to Wavy off of the backboard, and it's pinch going to the other side. Tommy stopping the momentum just a little bit, but defense is on it as things turn around. We're back at mid. Wavy with a shot, redirect, and it's saved away by Lion. Oh my goodness.
They gave it their best shot, to be fair. That's their first real chance of the game from Godalions so far. I know backing them to win as well. They're just still finding their ground in this game number 1. But finally, they have managed to find some threat on the goal line, albeit not successful. But hopefully it's a sign of things to come. Maybe Tomby wants to be the one to put that first goal in for Godalions, but he does forget the ball on his air dribble. Now it's over to Wavy, who's not got much boost. Does manage to beat one though. Dynasty tries to find mid. Can't quite, as Hammer Saints now on the other side. There's quite a lot more boost control on this Blackyte team at the minute. Leon just misses the mid as EO4 is up, tries to look for a teammate, does find Hammers. Leon there to follow the third ball. Wavy with a last gasp clear at the minute as Tomby just misses the ball there. EO4 first to clear, Hammers saying second ball again. That's something I've been saying a lot in this opening few minutes. EO4 to Hammers, it's a good pattern to have when you've got two teammates with plenty of chemistry, and they're sure making it work, and they're definitely keeping the pressure up in this first few minutes.
I completely agree. I mean, sometimes there's just that dynamic duo in a trio, you know, but I think every team is good to have that. So we have shot by Dynasty, almost followed up by Wavy. Hammer's taking it out though. Tommy with the challenge. EO4 trying to go for the touch, but Wavy just beats him as Leon sends it out. It is an open net for a second, and that's in.
Oh, you do just have to wonder, where has the defence gone there? Leon, no boost, just had a giant boom off of his back wall. Dynasty close, didn't have the boost for it, but no one was just really there to stop it after all that. And this game does just seem to be swaying towards the side of Blackyte, but hang on just a minute. I think Hammer Saints might have forgot for a moment what team he's playing on. Either that or he's going for a consolation. But that's something you're going to want to forget. Maybe it won't matter in the grand scheme of things, but as some play.
A for effort. He tried to save it. He really did, but unfortunately, that's gonna be the goal that puts Godalions on the board here. We got Tommy in possession, going for the shot. EO4 on defense. Over to Wavy, back to EO4. Dynasty with the turnaround. Great volley. Leon with the clear as he pushes it to the corner. Tommy is waiting, gets the touch and pushes the ball back to mid. EO4 with the shot. Hammer almost with the rebound. Very close. Dynasty on defense gets it out. Leon with the touch to the wall over to EO4, and they get it center. Great last touch just past the defense there. Unfortunately, no one was there to follow it up. Wavy getting past Leon and Hammers actually. I thought he might have had that one touch there, but Tommy with the follow-up, popping it up. Dynasty off the backboard. 10 seconds to go.
One thing I love about this first game is how the top scorer of Godalions at the minute is own goal. And I suppose that just really speaks to the tone of how this first game has gone for them. They've had a couple chances, they've tried to make it work, but in the end, the only one to break their deadlock in their net is one of the opponents. Would you believe it? But I mean, it's only game number 1 at the end of the day. It's best of 5. They've still got plenty of time to make it work, and I think it's just going to come to finding each other in the midfield, winning those second balls, because that seems to be something that Blackyte know exactly how to do.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they really held it down. Great defense, minus the one play, but still, nonetheless, great chemistry between the two teams, and especially Hammer and EO4, like we were saying. So this is definitely going to be a top-tier series, I think. I mean, I think Godalions can turn things around. I mean, they're pretty up there with the saves, 3 and 4. So pretty close, and I mean, shots were almost there too. We have 6 and 8, so I mean, they almost have it.
I mean, it did seem, I suppose, yeah, pressure-wise, it did seem even, but it did just show to you which team knew how to take their chances more, which teams was more clinical. That team was Blackyte at the beginning of the series, but that could absolutely all change in an instant. As you see with Rocket League, this sort of stuff happens all the time. But as we go into game number 2. Blackyte are probably going to be looking to keep their momentum from game number 1. Godalions want to be putting a quick stop to that, as it will take just a second to get us going. But off we pop once again. Maybe a kickoff strat or 2 is going to be present in this game. It doesn't seem to be at the moment. As Dynasty 50 miss, EO4 just there, Leon mid. And that's a good demo there to open up the pressure straight away. And it just seems like Blackyte are doing the exact same game plan as they tried last game. There's 10 seconds in this time. It's Leon with the opener.
Yeah, as you were saying, that demo really clearing up some of the defensive pressure. Leon with a great touch. It was right at Dynasty, but the momentum of the ball was just too much for the little car in the net. So here we go. Kickoff number 2. Tommy and Leon going at it as it goes up off the ceiling. Hammer is there getting past El Wavy. And there it is. A shot saved away by Tommy. As he takes it from the corner, moves downfield past mid. Leon's going to keep it there though. EO4 with a touch, trying to set up Leon, and Tommy just gets in the way. El Hammer trying to get a follow-up, but no dice there. Godalions moving the ball downfield, straight to the backboard. It is a shot saved away by Hammer. The pass over to Leon turns into a shot. EO4 trying to stick with it, and defense is just on it. Leon trying to get that center, and it's tactical fakes by both players there. As we do have a clear from Wavy. Ball's going to the wall. Leon trying to send it to the other side. It was actually almost a setup, just kind of like last game. But this time they were able to save it. Leon with the clear over to Hammer to the backboard. Great setup. EO4 almost with the cut. Hammer with the follow-up. And it's saved away by Tommy.
At the very least, 4 Godalions at the minute. Since they've gone 1-0 down, they have woken up. They know they've started to take chances a lot earlier than they did last game. It took them a while to get going, but they seem to be knowing where they're at more now. We've seen a lot more in the orange half than we did all of last game already. Tomby just found the boost steal as well. That definitely puts things into a good position, but this doesn't, because at the minute it was a 2-on-1. Tomby did find his way back, however. Tomby with the dribble now. EO4 just there to meet him. Dynasty up in the corner. Leon up. Wavy just about tries to get the clear away, but he just misses it. It's an awkward clear, and the Hammers is there to put it away. 2-0 to Blackyte in game number 2.
Great touch by Hammers, just past the defense, and that's gonna do it. We have another 2-goal lead for Blackyte here, and we're gonna head into kickoff number 3, as it's just a little bit stalled. We got Tommy sending it out. Great shot, Leon with the save, as it's stuck in the corner. Another challenge pushes it to the other side. EO4 almost on it, leaving it for Hammer. It's him and Tommy now. Tommy getting in his way, pushing it off at the wall. Leon playing the bounce. A nice redirect turns into a shot, and that's saved away by Dynasty as they get the clear. EO4 stopping the momentum, followed up by Leon as Tommy takes over, sending it downfield. Hammer coming out from the ceiling, stopping the momentum. They are really holding down this midfield here, and it's really great to see. I mean, that's very dangerous for the team who does not have control of that midfield. They're just constantly gonna be on defense for the most part. I mean, here we have them almost getting to offense. A nice little turn. EO4 on it. There's the shot, and that's gonna put them on the board.
Well, if you want to put it a certain way, it's technically the first goal on the board for anyone playing on the side of Godalions, as Dynasty just steals it off of the hood of the last defender there. And, you know, it leaves them in the game. They've got 2 minutes left to find an equaliser at the minute, but it did just look for a bit there like they were just going back into retreat mode like we saw in game number 1, as there was a bit of a swarm that we saw from Blackyte in that midfield, as you were saying. And they might be trying to do it again now. Dynasty, thankfully, with a good clear for Godalions as well. Tommy wants to find mid, but EO4 wants to just block that. Dynasty on his head once again, straight to Wavy. Good save there from Leon. Almost found that equaliser, and maybe the pendulum starting to shift, but as I say that, they just leave the net open. And it's EO4 who robs it in, and Blackyte lead 3-1.
Wow, that's basically a full field dribble. He just had to get past the one defender, and he was able to walk it in. What a play here We now have a 1-3 game, 1 minute 42 seconds on the clock. Kickoff number 5, L Wavy and E4 going at it. Hammer just missing the mark. Tomi capitalizing, almost gets to center. Leon is there, sending it down to Hammer as he pushes it to the corner, plays the bounce, gets it center. In comes EO4. It's a shot and it's a little too high. Follow-up shot by Leon, and that one's gonna go in.
Well, aggression mode turned on again for Blackyte now. They've figured out the game plan, and that is just get in the faces of everyone on Godalions. That's exactly what they're doing. That's how they're finding their goals, and it's looking bleak if you're a Godalions player at the minute, because there just seems to be nothing you can do at the moment. Although they try to find a shot, try to find a goal back, they can't quite at the minute. And it might just have to be a minute of thinking, how are we going to turn this series around? Because as it stands, they're being absolutely dominated by a brutal Blackyte roster. And I suppose it is best of 5, it's not best of 3, so it's not over for them just yet. But they're going to just have to figure something out soon, like this idea of a passing play. But otherwise, it's just going to get even worse, because as soon as you think they're about to get something on the board, Blackyte just turn up the heat once again, take more shots, score more goals, and just put more pressure on the Godalion side.
Yeah, most definitely. Blackyte have it handled. Another shot coming in from EO4, saved away by Dynasty. They try and get a setup for Wavy. Wavy to Tomi. It's a great shot. Hammers is there. Dynasty with the follow-up shot. It's saved away by EO4. Wavy with no boost gets a touch. Stalling some time for his team to get back. Defense is on it as we have another shot incoming. Saved away by Dynasty. Popping it up. It's him and Leon. He gets past Leon and not the post. Same with Tomi. No rebound shot. Same with Wavy. The post is doing the defense here.
Put the ball in the net, man. 3 chances. Every single one skewed. And it just tells a story of how Godalion series has been so far. Something's got to change. What will it be? No idea. But right now, as it stands, Blackyte are in pole position to take the series.
Yep, I mean, 3-goal deficit and we are out of time. That's going to end game number 2 here, putting us on game point. Don't let Barrel confuse you guys. I did put it in chat, but this is a best of 5. So this is game point for Team Blackyte. 4-1. What are your thoughts on this game, Sheep?
I mean, it's just a blowout start to finish, save for a couple of chances from Godalions there. I'm not going to mention really what happened at the end of the game, because that's something I'd want to forget if I was part of that Godalions team. 3 shots on net. You know what, I am going to mention it. 3 shots on net. None of them even finding it close. And yeah, it's just not what you want at the end of the day. It's, I mean, I suppose you could look at it like this. They've had a similar amount of shots once again. There's been a similar amount of saves on both sides. But once again, it comes down to who's being more clinical. And once again, in game number 2, that team was Blackyte.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned, you know, like the strategies, and we see that coming from Blackyte as, excuse me, as they are using demos. I mean, straight off the bat, you know, straight from kickoff in game number 2, they had, you know, demo on defense, lightening up some of the pressure, and they were just able to capitalize on that. And I can see them doing that in the future as well. Just continuing with demos, bumps. I would really like to see that from Godalions here. You know, they definitely need it, but they also need to start being a little more accurate with their shots. So hopefully things turn around. We'll see as you take kickoff number 1.
I mean, hopefully they do finally manage to get their head in the game fully, because they've had a goal or 2 in both games so far. They might be looking to find an early one here. Not quite this game, as I think I'm right in saying they are yet to find a lead in this series. And it's, I mean, at this point, it's hard to see. I'm not surprised, basically, that they haven't found a lead, because Hammer Saints especially, that's someone who's just been everywhere on the side of Blackyte so far. He's been the goal scorer. He's been the one who links up with EO4. That's just been that dynamic duo that you don't want to mess with, that Godalions really don't want to mess with, and the one that they've had no choice but to mess with. They've stuck loads past them so far, but maybe this game's different. Tombi, finds a challenge, tries to find another one, doesn't really have the boost to work with at the minute, but Dynasty is up, looks for a dribble, doesn't have much boost either. Maybe there's a teammate in the back just waiting in the wings. That is Tombi. Tombi looking for mid, can't quite find a mid. Wavy wants to keep the pressure up. We're seeing it once again. We're seeing another stint in the orange half at the minute. Dynasty in the corner now, low boost. Hammers beats him. Hammers all the way to the other side. There is a teammate in the middle in EO4. Shock, would you believe it? And another opener to Blackyte from another team play.
Absolutely amazing showcase from Blackyte here. Wavy almost there, almost back in time. I like what chat said. They are punishing the small mistakes here. So any slip up, they are there. And you can most definitely, almost like 99% of the time, guarantee that they are going to be there. But here we have almost another shot by Dynasty. A nice demo, clearing up some of the pressure. Leon was back though. Grabbing that save, pushing EO4 just outside the net. Dynasty with the turnaround just before he gets taken off the play with the bump. Ball is off the ceiling. Hammer with the touch. Back over to Dynasty. Hammer maintaining possession now, using the last of his boost. In comes Leon, and the double commit's actually going to open up the way for Wavy. Almost a shot by Tommy, but there it is by Dynasty.
Oh, at long last, they've found the net. I thought, after that wavy pass and I saw Tombi miss, I thought, oh no, it's just happened again, hasn't it? But thankfully, the third man's come in. He's even the playing field once again as Dynasty. And maybe this is the time of a different Godalions. Maybe it sure is, because Dynasty with goal number 2 finds Godalions their first lead in the series.
Yeah, this is incredible. This is the turnaround that they need. Again, this is game point, so they have to leave it all out on the field right here, right now. And this lead is really great to see, especially if you're a Godalions fan out there watching. This just might be the start of a turnaround, but we'll see as we have this game tied up now.
It's just one of those things, isn't it? The caster curse. It's just inevitable at some point. As soon as you think that turnaround's going to happen, as soon as anyone even tries to mention it, that other team in Blackyte are just, no, we want this series done. We want it done now. And it's EO4 with an equaliser. Wavy up though, beats one. Dynasty tries to find middle, ends up just finding Leon instead as Tombi tries to dunk him, but Leon just waits patiently. Hammers to EO4 now, tries to find mid, tries to find Leon, tries to find the shot, can't quite find it. Wavy out there to Tombi. At least both teams now, credit, are using everybody on the team. There is no solo player that is just trying to do everything, and that's what you want to see in a series like this. You want to be utilising absolutely everyone wherever possible. And that just seems to be what's happening. That's why we've got an even ball game at the minute. As we're half time, we're 2-2 in game number 3. But the crucial part is one team has a 2-0 series lead as it stands, and that team is not Godalions. So do or die, really, in the second half of this game number 3. In Dynasty's case, die, because it's just been demoed. But Wavy looking for mid. Tommy just waiting, but he knows Hammers has got that, so he wants to try and meet the second ball first. Hammers just taking it all the way to the other side, almost finds the net there for Blackyte once again. And it just seems like, up until this game number 3, everything has just been Blackyte. And, oh, what? Even still with Hammers, that is just menacing from him.
Yep, one little touch, a nice little cut, up and over, straight into the demo. I mean, that's exactly what we were talking about. Maybe he didn't mean to demo, but I mean, it still came out, it worked, and there it is. That gives the lead over to Blackyte. However, there's still time. There's still 1:40 seconds left on this clock. So let's see if Godalions can do what they've been doing. You know, they've been scoring, so let's see if they can keep that up. So we have the ball going to the corner, but Dynasty taken out with a demo. He has been their #1 defender, and they are just targeting him now. That's the second demo in a row. He has been taken out, and they know it too. So definitely capitalizing on that. As Dynasty is finally able to stay on the field for longer than 10 seconds, he does get a small clear. Tommy with the follow-up. It is center. Hammer just fumbling a little bit. still able to get it to midfield. There's the pass over to Leon. Leon to Wavy with the turnaround, and EO4 is there. A nice demo by Godalions, but shot is on their net. Tommy with a save. Leon going for that center. El Wavy is there, pushing it to the wall. Right back to Leon. And in comes EO4, pushing it to the corner.
This Blackyte pressure just seems to be unrelenting at the minute. I'd start to feel a bit bad if I was Dynasty, because as you said, he's been demoed so many times. But when you don't demo him, when you give him space, just look at what he can do.
Actually, and that's why they target him. Look at that one last touch, up and over two of the defenders here, and that's the equalizer. 3-3 with 32 seconds. Things are heating up, you guys. Let's hear it for your teams. 30 seconds. Leon misses the touch. In comes Wavy with the shot. Crossbar followed up by Dynasty, and it's saved away by Hammers. EO4 now in possession of pass to Hammers. It's a shot, and it's wide from the net.
I mean, look at these stats at the minute. 7 saves here from Leon. From the pressure, a lot of this game, you would think that it's been Blackyte that were the ones doing the attacking. No, stats say the opposite. 12 shots to 7 in favour of Godalions, and right now it is all in favour to that hat-trick hero in Dynasty. This has been why, as you said, why he's been targeted, because I mean, when you just give him an ounce of space, when you just give him a touch of the ball, as we saw for that equaliser for 3-3, look at what you can do with it. But at the minute, he needs to be in net. As there's another shot, another barrage, maybe incoming here from Blackyte once again. But it is kept out this time as EO4 wants to just take it across his goal line. Sometimes risky, but he's making it work. He sure is making it work. He's definitely. And that's the dagger. That's the series winner. And Blackyte come out with a sweep.
Wow, what a game. What a series. That was absolutely insane.
That was unreal. That ending, that game 3 had just about everything in it. I wish we had that for the rest of the series, but at the same time, wow.
Absolutely. I wish we had that the whole series. That's kind of what I was expecting, you know? The volleys, the back and forth, you know, really, really close games. That's all that I was expecting, and I mean, we got it. It just was so late in the series, unfortunately. But still, great game, great series nonetheless. GG's to both teams. Congratulations to our winner, Blackyte. What's your overall thoughts, Beep? I mean, I want to hear everything.
Well, honestly, I think once they just got going in every game, say for game 3, there was just no stopping them. They were just unrelenting in those first 2 games especially. Game number 3, it was a bit different. You did have a certain Dynasty on the pitch stopping everything while scoring everything, but in the end, it just wasn't enough because I know I said about the whole team play thing, and they were working as a team, were Godalions, but just not quite as well as the Blackyte, which, I mean, it just speaks on team chemistry, really. If you can master that like they have, you are just going to walk away with it.
Yeah, most definitely. Of course, thank you for having us as your casters, you guys. And big shout out, this is one of the first times that I've actually used this new production, a new producer. So I also want to give a big thank you to OT, actually, who's up in our heads right now, doing all the magic behind the scenes and everything. So big thank you to OT as well, and Beeping Sheep. It was a great series, just like, you know, my lovely co-caster was saying. Blackyte just, you know, they showed up and showed out the most today. So hopefully, you know, the drawing board is going to do some good for Godalions in their next week's game. But Blackyte, really just keep doing your thing. It was, you know, great performance, great team chemistry, and a showcase of what you guys can bring. So they definitely made a mark with me, and I will definitely remember this if I do get the chance to cast them again. But any last thoughts or words, Beeping Sheep?
There's not all too much to say, to be honest. Besides the fact both of us did get our predictions very, very, very wrong. It's just something that happens sometimes. As well, there was a bit of a demolition job from the team we predicted to lose, but no, other than that, it's been a pleasure casting with you. And shout out OT for producing as well. It's always lovely seeing a good production going on. But no, that's all from me. And unless you've got anything to add, it's been a fun one.
Yeah, most definitely has been fun. You've been amazing. So I hope we actually do get to cast again. I mean, typically Tommy has really good recommendations for casters. I mean, I know I see Kiki out there. I cast with him, and we're a part of the Godalions over on Norway. So it's definitely good to meet new casters, especially with British accents. Chat really like that. So
I bet.
thank you so much to everybody for coming out and supporting the teams, players, orgs, league, or the casters, whoever. I appreciate it just as much as everybody else does, and I know they're gonna really love seeing you guys all in chat, rooting for them or against them. Either one, but thank you so much because you guys matter and you are why we do it. So I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you for all the follows. Another big thank you to Beeping Sheep for being my co-caster and OT as my producer today. But yeah, I think we're gonna get a raid going out. So yeah, I don't know if Beeping Sheep might have like a dad joke for you while I look for a raid real quick, but we'll see.
Oh, I wish I could think of something that quickly off the top of my head. But no, no, not today, unfortunately.
Maybe next time. But I did find a raid, so we're good. We're gonna head on over to Cozy Stream. He's streaming Rocket League, so if you want to continue watching some Rocket League, yeah, we found the channel for you. But thank you so much for coming out, you guys. I hope to see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and stay royal. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, or night, wherever you are watching from, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.